I want to look at employees is this. If you have too many employees, I want you to give yourself 1 point. If you have just the right amount of employees, give yourself 2 points. And if you don't have enough employees, give yourself 3 points. And here's why. They produce a direct proportion to the amount of work in the shop. Isn't it amazing how technicians pace themselves? And as the work pressure slows, and the work pressure drops, they slow down, don't they? They actually start walking backwards at times. You have a technician that can do a 10-hour job in 5 hours, a top tech, and when he's got nothing else to do, what happens? He takes all of that 10 hours to get that job done, and then he runs into a silly little problem he never would run into otherwise, and the car gets held over. So, the thing of it is, you got to keep that pressure on. When you have that momentum, keep that pressure going. Man, these guys work best at red line. Because all of a sudden, when you slow down, at first it's not so bad. You're like, it's Monday, and you've had this ton of work coming through the shop. And Monday comes, and all of a sudden, the phone stopped ringing. And your service writer estimator says, boss, phone stopped ringing. And you're like, not a problem, this is good. We can catch up, we'll get the work done, we'll get everything out. Now, the problem is this. It's now Wednesday. The phone's still not ringing. And the service writer estimator doesn't understand their job, that they're supposed to overwhelm the workshop with work. And they need to get on the phone and do something about it. But they say to you, boss, the phone's still not ringing. And now, of course, all the work's done because by Tuesday you got it all done and out the door. And now the guys are standing around doing nothing. And now here's what happens. You start going frantic to pump work into the shop. And you start calling people and you start trying to make things happen. You call everybody you know, hey, how's it going? What's going on? And to get work happening, but it doesn't happen right away. Customers start to call you now. It's Thursday about noon because customers go to customer aggravation school, don't they? And it takes a little while for them to respond. But now what you do is you're like, yeah, bring it on in. Sure, come on in. Yeah, no problem. Bring it in. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, bring it in. And you're thinking to yourself, maybe we'll make payroll by Friday. This is awesome. And you get to a point, now you start bringing in the work, right? And things are coming in and a whole bunch of cars are flowing in the shop. But you have your technicians who've been hanging out for the last day and a half in the back of the shop. And they've had nothing to do. So what are they doing? They're hanging out in the back, playing on the computer, drinking coffee, smoking cigarettes, talking with each other. They're sitting back, watching all this happening, going, wow, cars, I wonder who the boss thinks is going to get them done, because I ain't working any harder this week. Man, this is a lost cause for me. So you start going, come on, guys, come on, let's pump it up, let's make it happen. And you start getting to the point where you reach your total level of confusion, and then you're like, stop! And all of a sudden you quit selling. The problem is, right at that point was when you were going to make money. And unfortunately, when you have too many employees, nobody works hard and it costs you big money. To be profitable, you need to keep a little more pressure on the business than it can actually stand. Your service writer or estimator needs to have this mindset. Nothing's impossible if I don't have to do it. And that is the only way the shop grows. As a matter of fact, you attract good employees to your shop in a busy environment. Good technicians like to work in a busy shop. Now, I have a question for you. Are technicians happy when it's slow? No. Are technicians happy when it's busy? No. No. Are technicians ever happy?
Not really.
No. Are you happy when it's slow?
Nope.
No. Are you happy when it's busy? Yes. Then you be happy. You don't solve production problems by slowing down sales. Keep pressure on that business. Your service writer estimator, if they're doing their job right, there'll be times where they'll need an armed escort to go home because the guys in the back are going to want to kill them. But you know, when you do it right and you have an employee incentive program in place, the employees, the techs in the back, will make more money doing this. The problem is they won't be happy even till after they get their paychecks and they leave on Friday.